Hello friends, How are you doing today? Just taking a moment with you for the day. Just a little coaching moment. I know I want to speak about the primal mind today. I want to speak about the original mind. I want to talk a little bit about the original mind, classical mind, the authentic mind, or the primitive mind. Just taking a moment with you to discuss an idea. Right? An idea is what we need to change our life. It's always a new idea that changes our direction, changes our life. How to get a new idea? We have to borrow an idea from somebody else, or in a book, a movie, or in a discussion, in a personal relationship. You can borrow something, an idea from somebody else. You can try somebody else's idea on. This is how something different happens. It's really taking a moment to consider something else. Just breathing and considering there could be something that maybe I don't know yet. This is just an opportunity, right? Talking about primitive mind, talking about authentic mind, like there is a classical mind that is aligned with the nature. Like there's a part of the mind that is just part of the human being, and there's a part of the mind that's kind of a learned part of the mind. It's like we have to unlearn these things that we've learned. Like we've learned some things that have got us sort of spinning a little bit in the wrong place in our minds. Right? We have to come out of our minds a little bit to come into the heart. It's not in the mind, right? And it certainly can't be in my mind if I don't have it around me in some way. So if I'm seeing any problems with my weight, seeing any problems with pain, if I'm seeing any problems with financials, if I'm seeing any problems with relationships, if I'm seeing troubles with food or substance or balance in my life, a general imbalance, digestive, sleep, energy, inconsistent energies, any of these things tipping out of balance. This is happening in the Middle Ages. I'm usually speaking to people when they're reaching to their middle ages, when they're starting to see that something is out of balance in their life. I'm telling people that, nothing changes in the life. The life is steady. It's constant. It's the perception that has to change. We have to come out of this trained mind and come back to this primitive mind. Now, there is a way to do this because there are some primal movements that the body has in the primal programming of the mind and the body. Like movements, for instance, like jumping. Like jumping pattern is something that's, all humans jump in sort of this way. And there's a chain of events that happens in the muscles, an organized method that happens that's efficient and most effective. Like, this is a natural thing, jumping. Just like, the baby first, it sits up or it lifts its head first. This is just a primal motion that happens first for the baby. It doesn't think about it. It doesn't think about it when it begins to crawl. It's not thinking about crawling. So it's not thinking. So we want to tap into these things that we do that aren't the thinking, but are the nature of the being. So I tell you that, by nature, we are left and right brained, and we need to move the body this way, that the body needs to move in this way where you are moving from left to right brain. Like, it needs to move like this. Like, we have to come into a shifting of our weight, a weight shifting. This is human movement. This is walking. It's a weight shifting, right? It has to be this left and right nature, right? We learned it from this crawling, this primitive pattern. So if we can rehearse primitive movement patterns, we can access primitive mind, right? The right side of the brain moves the left side of the body, and the left side of the brain moves the right side of the body. So this left-right, side-to-side action, like something that is moving the body in this primal way. This is the pumping that the lymphatic system needs. The immune system needs this shifting of weight. It doesn't have a heart pump. The lymphatic system is pumped by the movements of the muscles. The lymphatic system is pumped by your action, right? You have to make that action every day, that primal action, right? If I was throwing something, this is a primitive action. I can practice this. Right? I can practice this. There are infinite ways to reset the nature of the being. The way to reset the nature of the being is changing the being's energy. Getting out into nature, touching the nature, being in the nature, breathing like the nature, right? Just like the tree, right? What is it doing? It's breathing, right? Just getting moving, just getting breathing, just getting thinking and speaking about something different. In the East, they call it taking an act of refuge, just putting down the things, putting down the troubles, putting down the worries for a moment. I am safe. I am healthy. I am well. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day. I love you. I love you. I love you.